Businesses in Oakland, California have launched a tax revolt. As you all know, government confiscates our wealth on the promise of providing services that the government is instituted to provide, chiefly protecting our people. But in the People's Republic of California and other left-wing bastions, dishonest and corrupt politicians and officials take our money, but then refuse to do their jobs. Instead, leftists in government divert our valuable resources to cancerous dye programs. They institute pro-criminal policies and endanger the public safety and businesses' ability to stay open. Sadly, Joe Biden's regime, with the help of the Democrat Party and funding from Republicans, is doing the same to our people all over this country. Does government deserve our money if it refuses to do its job? It's a question we ask in today's preamble. Left-wingers delight in scamming you out of your money against your will to fund the very things that lead to great harm for you and your family. They think they're entitled to take your money because nobody would voluntarily support their worldview, so they can use that money to achieve their dark agenda. The question is, should we let them? Let's examine how your government currently uses your money. The government was fortunate to catch a Hezbollah terrorist who broke into our country illegally with hordes of other illegal aliens. He notified the Biden regime that he was a terrorist and that he intended to build a bomb and head to New York, a city that votes overwhelmingly socialist. Now keep in mind, this is the terrorist authorities caught. Nobody can say just how many terrorists, narco-terrorists, foreign military, and bloodthirsty gang members have gotten in among the millions of known gotaways that Democrats so graciously bestowed onto our nation. Once Democrats, fully funded by Republicans, allow the illegal alien criminals to break into our country, we know what they're doing. They're committing crimes against Americans. Illegal alien Francisco Oropeza Perez Torres has been charged with 5 counts of murder, including the murder of a 9-year-old boy. Not content with the millions of unvetted illegal aliens allowed to flow into the United States across the border, left-wing extremists in the Biden regime are busy taking your money, which should be spent on protecting Americans. They instead use that money to charter flights to go to foreign countries to bring in over 350,000 illegal aliens into the United States. One of these unvetted illegal alien angels, a foreign national from Haiti, took the opportunity gifted him by Democrats and raped a disabled 15-year-old girl. The party of women strikes again. Some states, albeit belatedly, have taken action to protect their citizens. Pro-Democrat Republicans in the Texas State House, under the left-wing leadership of a Republican controlled by Democrats, his name is Dade Phelan, they killed a bill, a strong border bill called HB 20. It would have created a Texas border patrol. Instead, Phelan passed a law that Democrats allowed him to pass, SB 4. Now, this bill, if it's allowed to go through, will allow Texas authorities to arrest and deport illegal aliens. Now, as I told you up the top, that law can be enforced while lower courts evaluate it. But as weak as SB 4 is, it will provide a platform to right a terrible wrong that the Supreme Court imposed on America during the Obama regime. The calamity resulting from the stupid and vacuous SCOTUS decision surrounding Arizona's SB 1070. That law simply mirrored U.S. immigration law and allowed Arizona law enforcement to actually enforce the law under the predicate that we are all tasked with following and keeping all U.S. laws. But the Supreme Court ruled that immigration laws were exclusive, the exclusive purview of the federal government to enforce. But that's just it. The federal government isn't enforcing U.S. immigration law. In effect, the Supreme Court ruling declared that it's constitutional for the U.S. government to break the law if it chooses. This anti-American absurdity should not and cannot stand. No one is above the law, not even the federal government. It is wrong of the High Court to render such callous and careless decisions. Like Roe v. Wade, it's my hope the terrible SB 1070 ruling falls so the rule of law can rise. But that's not all the courts are doing to us. In a jaw-dropping decision, U.S. District Court Judge Sharon Johnson Coleman, an Obama appointee, ruled that the prohibition on illegal aliens owning guns is unconstitutional. The left-wing judge said the ban on illegal foreign nationals being armed did not fit with America's historical tradition of gun regulation as required under the Supreme Court's landmark New York State Rifle and Pistol Association v. Bruin ruling. with your money, the left wing is working on disarming Americans while it's making sure illegal foreign nationals by the millions can arm up. What could go wrong? And lastly, using your tax money, left-wingers are working to give illegal aliens and foreign nationals power to determine the destiny of American citizens. Dallas is the latest left-wing city to propose putting citizens of other countries, legal or not, on city boards, commissions, and task forces. Commissioner Stuart Campbell proposes a little wordplay, removing the word citizen from the city charter and replacing it with words like resident, people, or persons. Out in California, illegal aliens can already hold public office. Isn't it ironic that the left wing wants to give foreign citizens, and by extension foreign governments, the power to tell you Americans how to live your lives? And the GOP is tripping all over itself to pledge your tax dollars to make all of this happen. Should you be forced to fund the extinction of your rights, prosperity, or even your life? Should Americans accept the idea being pushed by the Supreme Court that if the government determines that our people must be harmed, impoverished, or even die, that it's our duty to quietly comply? Should Americans allow criminal foreign nationals to determine our nation's future? And should we be forced to fund it all? I believe the Salcedo Show axiom, one of them anyway, is as true as it has ever been. They can't harm us if they don't have our money. Perhaps an American tax revolt is the only way to staunch the bleeding teed up by a corrupt and untrustworthy government.